Gossip is mental poison. A study tracking stressed workers found those who avoided speculation had lower blood pressure and better job prospects. The finance worker who disconnected from panic-filled Slack channels landed a new role fastest in his department. Build evidence of your value outside work. Volunteer. Mentor. Take online courses. A graphic designer facing automation started teaching night classes. When layoffs came, those teaching evaluations proved her communication skills better than any reference letter could. Develop a personal mantra about your worth. Not fluffy affirmations, concrete statements. I solve complex problems under pressure. I turn chaos into order. A sales director repeated, I build relationships that last during his job search. It became his LinkedIn headline and landed him 3 interviews. Practice strategic detachment. Imagine your job as one tile in a mosaic, not the entire picture. The HR manager who visualized work as just one aspect of her life negotiated a better severance package. She had nothing to lose. Identify what you can control. You can't stop layoffs, but you can update your resume. Can't prevent restructuring, but can network weekly. A study found workers who focused on actionable steps felt 40% less stress than those dwelling on uncertainties. Create a stress budget. Allocate 15 minutes daily to worry, then move on. Set a timer if needed. The engineer who contained his job fears to a nightly journal entry slept better and interviewed sharper. Surround yourself with forward thinkers. Avoid colleagues who constantly doom-scroll job boards. The marketing team that formed a transition support group with strict no-complaining rules all landed new roles faster than isolated coworkers. Reframe obstacles as data. Rejections aren't personal, they're market feedback. A teacher turned corporate trainer tracked which skills interviewers asked about most. She tailored her pitch accordingly and doubled her callback rate. Visualize multiple futures. Explore adjacent paths. The retail manager who imagined herself in logistics, customer success, and operations landed in a field she'd never considered but loves. Protect your physical health to safeguard mental clarity. Exercise. Eat regularly. Sleep on schedule. The project manager who maintained his marathon training during layoffs made clearer career decisions than sleep-deprived peers. Develop if-then plans for worst-case scenarios. If I get laid off Friday, then I'll call these 3 contacts Monday. Pre-written scripts reduce panic. The accountant who drafted a severance negotiation email template in advance secured an extra 2 months' pay. Celebrate small wins. Updated your LinkedIn? That's progress. Had 1 networking call. Win. The customer service rep who tracked micro-accomplishments stayed motivated through a 6-month job search. The danger scorecard. Time to face the numbers. That gut feeling that your job might be in trouble? Let's turn it into cold, hard facts. Grab a pen. We're running your job through the danger scorecard. A nurse scored 8 out of 12 warning signs, but brushed it off as just a rough patch. 2 weeks later, her unit got outsourced. Denial doesn't prevent layoffs, preparation does. Start with communication shifts. Has your manager gone radio silent? Are you getting left out of key meetings? Give yourself 1 point for each yes. A tech worker noticed his weekly check-ins stopped, and his emails got ignored. That's 2 points right there. And he missed the red flags until his badge stopped working. Next, watch for performance review traps. Suddenly getting nitpicked on things that never mattered before? That meets expectations, rating after years of exceeding them? At another point, an Amazon employee got hit with a PIP despite crushing targets for 5 straight quarters. He thought it was a fluke. It wasn't. Now assess your workload. Are your core responsibilities slowly disappearing? Projects getting reassigned to help the team? Give yourself a point if your calendar's looking suspiciously light. A marketing pro watched all her campaigns get handed to colleagues temporarily. 3 months later, temporary became permanent for them, not her. Documentation requests are another red flag. Is HR suddenly obsessed with how you do your job? Asking for process manuals that never existed before? That's another point. A finance worker spent weeks documenting procedures only to train her replacement. Companies don't care about preserving knowledge. They care about replacing people. Budget cuts tell their own story. No more free coffee. Travel freeze. Hiring pause. Add a point for each you've noticed. One retail employee saw the snack stations disappear, then the holiday party got canceled. By the time they took away the staplers, it was too late to miss the pattern. Automation creeping in? New software that does parts of your job. That's a point. A data entry team was shown time-saving tools months before their department dissolved. The tech wasn't there to help them. It was there to replace them. Restructuring roulette is next. Has your company reorganized more than once this year? Departments merging for no clear reason? At a point. A bank employee survived 3 strategic realignments before the 4th one erased her position. HR's sudden interest counts too. Random career development chats? Requests for your job description? That's another point. An HR assistant was told to update all role descriptions. Then watch 30% of those roles vanish. The exodus effect matters. Are top performers jumping ship? High turnover in your department? Give yourself a point. A sales team lost 5 stars in 3 months. The remaining reps thought they'd get promotions. They got pink slips instead. Finally, skills stagnation. Are your abilities becoming obsolete? No training opportunities? At a point if you're falling behind. A factory worker's machines got upgraded, but his skills didn't. His severance package arrived with a robotics manual. Now tally your score. 1 to 3 points, yellow alert. You're in the caution zone, monitor closely. 4 to 6 points, orange zone. Start preparing now. 7+ points, red emergency. Assume the worst and act fast. A teacher scored 5 but thought she was safe because education is stable. Then the district outsourced her position. The numbers don't lie, even if your company does. Share this test with trusted colleagues. Compare scores discreetly. The graphic designer who polled her team discovered everyone scored 6+. They formed a job search group, and all landed new roles before the mass layoffs hit. The custom survival plan. Here's your script section. Your danger score is your survival roadmap. A project manager scored 4 on our test and assumed moderate risk meant she had time. Her entire department was cut with 24 hours notice. Misjudging your score can cost you everything. Let's build your action plan now. If you scored 1 to 3, you're in the warning zone. Start with weekly monitoring. Set a calendar reminder every Friday to check for new signs. A graphic designer spotted 2 early red flags, sudden meeting changes, and odd HR questions. She began documenting everything, but kept working normally. 3 months later, when layoffs hit, she had evidence to negotiate a better severance package. Focus on skill building while you're still employed. Take 1 online course relevant to your field. A customer service rep used company tuition benefits to get a data analysis certificate. When cuts came, she moved to the analytics team instead of the unemployment line. Expand your network strategically. Connect with 2 new people in your industry each month. Not random LinkedIn ads, meaningful conversations. An accountant had coffee monthly with former colleagues. When his firm downsized, one of those contacts hired him directly. If you scored 4 to 6, you're in the preparation zone. Update your resume and LinkedIn this week, not later. A sales director scored 5 and procrastinated. By the time she acted, hundreds of laid-off peers had flooded the job market. The early birds got interviews. Start discreetly interviewing. Apply to 1 dream job per week to test the waters. A teacher applying to corporate training roles discovered her skills were in demand. She landed an offer before her school district cuts were announced. Build your emergency fund aggressively. Cut 1 unnecessary expense and redirect the savings. A retail manager canceled cable and put the $100 per month toward his layoff cushion. That simple move bought him an extra month of job search time later. If you scored 7+, you're in the danger zone. Act like the layoff notice is already in the mail. A software engineer scored 8 and immediately secured references, archived work samples, applied for 5 jobs. He started a new position 2 weeks before his old one ended. Begin severance research today. Know what you're entitled to. A marketing exec discovered her company offered 2 weeks pay per year of service. She negotiated an extra month by pointing out her special projects. Accelerate your job search dramatically. Dedicate 1 hour daily to applications before work. A financial analyst scheduled 6 to 7 a.m. job search time. The discipline paid off. She got hired before her coworkers knew layoffs were coming. For all scores, set monthly reassessment reminders. Your 3 could become a 6 fast. A nurse's score jumped from 2 to 5 in 1 month after sudden budget cuts. Her calendar alert prompted immediate action that saved her. Here's your checklist. 1 to 3 scores. Focus on skill building, network expansion, and documentation. 4 to 6 scores. Add active job searching, financial prep, and interview practice. 7+ scores. Prioritize emergency measures, severance planning, and immediate applications. Track your company's financial health weekly. Set Google alerts for earnings reports. A warehouse worker spotted workforce optimization in a quarterly filing. He started job hunting that day, 2 months before the facility closed. Customize your approach by industry. Tech workers might prioritize coding skills. Teachers could focus on corporate training transitions. A chef moved into food styling after noticing restaurant instability. Your pivot should match your field's risks. 1 to 3 scores. Spend 70% effort on your current job, 30% on prep. 4 to 6, 50-50 split. 7+, 30% current job, 70% escape plan. An HR manager scored 5, but kept working like nothing was wrong. Her colleagues who rebalanced effort landed softer transitions. The job market rewards those who prepare early. Those 92 million disappearing jobs, they're gone for good. But now you have an edge, spotting layoffs before they hit. That meeting changed last week. The odd HR request yesterday. They're signals you can now recognize. Your danger score is more than a number. It's your career's early warning system. Remember the project manager who scored 8 and acted fast? She's thriving in her new role. The teacher who ignored his 3? Still searching. Use the checklist below to decode the signs